What's up, guys? This is Ted, and I'm here to talk about another movie review. After I did the Banana Splits, I think I mentioned, I'm not sure, there was a commercial for the movie Critters Attacks. So we're going to be talking about Critters Attacks. If you don't know what Critters Attacks is, I don't blame you, just like I don't blame you for not knowing the Banana Splits. Critters Attacks is a horror movie from the 80s and 90s that has four parts to it, and it's basically about these aliens who come from space who eat people and reproduce by laying eggs in their body. That's it. So, first off, the acting in this is way more horrible than the Banana Splits. Okay, I'm going to compare it to that because that's my first review. This is my second review. The the murdering and the gore way more bad than well. I don't know. I don't want to say bad because the Banana Splits was sort of like goofy. Like, they got killed with one of the hammers, they got stabbed with the key. The other one, yeah, I guess I can give the gore and killing a little bit more because these are aliens, like, just eating people. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, it's 2019. I kind of figured that, I don't know, there'll be sort of better animation for them. I know it's sci-fi, but it's just like the copy and paste. I feel like they use the same ones they use in the 80s and 90s. You know what I feel of the critters? Like, I don't really get it. A lot of people died in this movie that I feel like shouldn't because it was mostly by common sense. For instance, see, I'm just going to go into spoilers because I don't recommend this movie. I give this movie like a 2. I gave Banana Splits 6.5 because you could rewatch it and like get some comedy out of it. This one's just like one and done, dude. Like, if you watch the first Critters, you're good. Like, you don't need to watch this one unless you're a fan of this thing. So a lot of people died in this movie, but I feel like it should have been common sense. For instance, there is this park ranger. I felt so bad because I guess he always has bad luck, and he gets pooped on by a bird in the forest, and they're like, "Oh, dude, you got pooped on by a bird?" And he was like, "Yeah, not my day." And she was like, and then the person's like, "Oh, do you know that it's good luck? It's known as good luck that if you get um pooped on by a bird, that means it's good luck." He was like, "Oh, wow, for real? Small. I guess my luck is changing." So and he goes to go take a shower, and I don't know who does this, but he's washing himself with his eyes closed. Unless I don't, I don't know who does that. Is that a thing? Taking a shower with your eyes closed? But he's reaching around for his like loofah or whatever, and he grabs one of the critters. I don't know how he doesn't hear it because it's making noise. I don't know how he doesn't feel that it feels like an animal. So he gets it and he's rubbing it on his face, and the critter just bites his face and kills him. Like, I don't understand that. There's another scene where they get to this university. The main character, who, by the way, she is fine as hell. You should, she gets to this university, and there's this, like, I'm gonna just call him Chad because I really don't know his name. So Chad is like, I am a sprinter. I am a good athlete. I am this. I am that. So when they go into the university, they're like, okay, we need to get the satellite radio to call for the people out of to call for the police out of state because the critters killed the one sheriff that they had. Yes, I'm not kidding. They killed the one sheriff they had, and they didn't even like that was it. Their whole town's done. It's like the old west. If you kill the sheriff there, that's it. So they had to get a satellite phone from the university to call the people from the next town over. What is this, Tremors? Anyways, so as they go into the university, there's this guy who hits on the main girl, and he plays bagpipes, right? So she's like, "Oh, he's not here. Where is he?" So they hear the bagpipes playing. He goes, "There he is." So they get out their car, knowing these aliens are here. Walk like 5 feet, 10 feet, I don't know, like away from their car, and they find him that he's dead, and it's only playing the bagpipes because the critters are eating him and is blowing air into the bagpipes. So they get back in the car, drive up to the university, find Chad, and they're like, "Oh, Chad, do you have the keys to the room?" And they're like, "No, we only have keys to the hallway." And it was like, "Oh, we have to go back to Billy, who is," and he's like, "Wait, you have to go all the way back to Billy? If you don't know me, I'm an athlete." And while he's stretching and everything, he's like out of breath, like he's doing ugh, ugh, ooh, like he's getting ready to run, but the whole time he's doing it, he's like, like even when he's speaking, I'm like, bro, like why are you out of breath? How am I supposed to believe that you're an athlete when you're breathing this hard before running? So he's running, right, and then he runs out, and he's already down the lane, right, going to like the person who's dead, and she goes, "Oh, I should have told him that he's dead and the aliens are attacking." Like, no shit, you should have. You just killed that man. Like and then it shows him coming running back because the critters are chasing them, and they jump on him and kill him. A lot of these deaths are like common sense. And there's one person called Aunt D, who they show you in the beginning, who's like a person who knows about the critters, and this is like a reoccurring thing because there was a guy in all four parts of the first critters who basically knew about the critters, and he was a bounty hunter, and I guess this is what they're playing off of. And she's played by the person from the Aunt D in this movie is played by the person from the very first Critters. So I guess it's supposed to be a shout out because hey, if you watch this in the '80s, you know who this is. I'm pretty sure not a lot of people knew who that was. I didn't know who that was. So she's shown with the weapons. She's shown that she knows about the critters, and you don't see her until the last 3 minutes of the movie, and she kills like one critter. I mean, she's killing other critters, quote unquote. I'm guessing behind the scenes, but it's just like, bro, like you had this whole time. These kids almost died, like trying to fucking survive, and you had all these guns, and you only killing like a couple of critters. Like, oh my god! And like, I never knew that the critters' weakness was like loud noise. Like the loud noise, like they had like one of the cops, one cop in the city that they killed, he put on his sirens, and it like one blew up, and that was it. And then when they started killing the critters, other than stabbing them with pitchforks and cutting them with knives, it was an air horn that killed like 6 or 7 of them or more. I'm just like, bro, there's no way that these guys reproduced and freaking all these critters are here and they could die by loud noises, and you're killing all of them with an air horn, and it's almost the end of the movie and so many people die. Like, I don't get it. And it's crazy because when the person who told them that they get killed by it, he died too. So I don't understand how they're dying. Okay, I don't get it whatsoever. Like, okay, I'm gonna compare this to Gremlins because I felt like this was a knockoff of Gremlins. They seen Gremlins, they're like, oh, we can do something like that. So I understand how Gremlins works. Like, I understand how many people they can kill. They're fast, they have sharp claws, they have sharp teeth, just like the critters. But they don't die to sound, they die by sunlight. Like, I mean, I understand you could, like, for instance, they killed them with actual sunlight, they actually killed them with electricity and water, they killed them with like flashlights and stuff like that. But like, I don't understand that just like an air horn can kill like 9 or 10 of them. Like, I just don't get like how all these people died. Like, how could like if an air horn can do it? If I screamed really loud, can I kill one? For like a Because if she held it for like I'm not gonna go back and watch it. It's like I'm gonna take about like 10 seconds and they all died. Like, I don't understand that whatsoever. But besides that, um, the acting in this was really bad. Like I told you, Chad, quote unquote, that's not his name. He was the athlete in whatever. He was he was acting like he was stretching. He was out of shape. Like, you could hear him breathing really hard. Um, there was the main girl. I don't know her name. I'm not going back. Like, it's not. You just know them as the main girl, the babysitter. She wanted to go to college. I understand they build up a backstory. Like, she was like a Uber Eats or like a Grubhub or a Postmates person. She wanted to be in college, but she couldn't get in. One of her friends was like in the college that she used to be like best friends with, but once she got into the good college, like, she ditched her and blocked her and everything like that, I guess. And it's like halfway through the movie, like when she's trying to tell them like, you guys got to get out of here, there's aliens. Like, they started this argument with each other, which I don't get why they started it. And when she knew that there was aliens here, she was like, "Oh my God, she was like, there's these aliens here and they're eating everybody." And they're like, "Aliens?" She was like, "What are you doing? Like, this doesn't make no sense." And she was like, what doesn't make sense is that when you got into good college, you blocked me and acted like we didn't know each other. Like, why the fuck are you bringing this up right now? You guys could literally die. Like, I'm like, is this the perfect time? And after she basically, they're arguing, she goes up to her and whispers, it's like, I don't know what she like, you could eat shit or something like that, and she whispered it because she didn't want to say it in front of the kids who look like they're like 12 or 13. They cuss. I don't know what they're playing, but yeah, it was just like a lot of ridiculousness. Like shout out to Rob Dyrdek because it was just like I don't get it. Like when I tell everybody, if I put myself in movies, I'm like, will I survive this? I probably could have, honestly, because they were told that the noises. Oh, bro, they were told that loud noises was what killed them, and they didn't use it till the very end of the movie. So anything that uses survive is rather they stabbed them, they cut them with knives, but that killed like one or two at a time. But one air horn for like 10 seconds killed like 9 or 10 of them. Like I don't understand. So like that's the first thing I would have did. I would have sat in my house with like the music on really loud and I'll give them props because some of the critters are just eating stuff and they turn off the electricity, right? Like I get it. But like I will look for anything that had that. Give or take I might die, who knows? Maybe I'm giving myself too much credit, but I just don't understand that part. Another thing which I didn't understand is that they went to the police, and their police is their uncle, a drunk uncle who's like the sheriff. They tell him what happens. They tell him like, oh, there's aliens here, and they're like, they don't believe him because I know like the nephew believes in aliens, and like he's like, dude, like why are you encouraging him? But she's telling the truth, right? So she tells him like, oh, there's someone dead in blah blah blah's house. So he goes to investigate. He sees one, right? And he turns the sirens on and he kills it and he thinks he's safe and then eventually he drives off and there's one in the back seat and he crashes and they kill him too. And the crazy thing is when they told him that the critters were there, right? He didn't believe him. So the niece, which is the babysitter, the main character in this, she goes, "I'm gonna go tell Chef." And maybe it's me not paying attention, or maybe it's because these characters are not memorable whatsoever. I didn't know who Chef was. I thought she was talking about Chef from South Park. So when she goes talks to Chef, which is, you know how I told her how she's like an Uber Eats, like DoorDash, whatever person, she means the person who works at the sushi restaurant that she rather works for or delivers for. And they told him, who happens to be Asian, and he believes them. And not only does he believe them, he grabs his knives and starts killing people. And I'm just like, bro, you were just a sushi person. How are you able to use these knives to kill and slice and dice? I mean, obviously that comes with the trade of sushi, but one, why do you believe these kids right off the bat? Two, how are you able to do all this? Three, I really don't know if he survived this. This whole thing, I don't remember seeing him at the end of this movie. And I don't understand why the policeman didn't believe him, but the sushi chef does. Like, I don't get that part. Like, I don't know, like, I get a lot of Gremlin vibes. Like, I feel like, we're gonna, like, maybe that's what this is based off of. Who knows? There's a lot of horror movies that are based off good horror movies, and they're, like, made into, like, bad horror movies. But I just didn't understand that part. And then, like, he asked, they asked the sheriff, their uncle, if they could have the car, and he said no. And they asked if they could have the sushi mobile, which is like their van, and he said yeah. Like, I just don't understand. I understand he was drunk. He blamed himself for I guess the mom. This is her niece's nephews. The mom died because he was drunk one day and she went to go pick up the kids and she got in a car accident and died. I don't know if that's what she died in some sense, and he blames himself and he's like a drunk cop now. But I don't understand is if that is the truth, then why are you not believing the person's kids that you basically feel bad for? Because if you were actually not a drunk, you would have went and I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have got hit by the car and they would have been and she would have been alive. Why don't you believe those kids? Like, I don't get why they set that up. Maybe I'm missing something. This is a 2 hour movie, and I feel like it should have just been an hour. I think Banana Splits was more enjoyable because they build it up like, oh, it's his birthday. Oh, he gets tickets to his favorite concert. Oh, let me take my friends. Oh, the Banana Splits are robots, and the haywire thing went wrong, and now they're killing everyone because their shows are being canceled. They're killing all the adults because the adults are the ones who are saying all these bad things. But I don't, and they're saving the kids because they want to put on a show on for the kids because they're child entertainers. Now the critters fall to earth. They start killing people. Kill, 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 kill. A lot of banter in between, which has nothing to do with the story. It's rather a lot of nonsense, a lot of nonsense, a lot of just walking, finding things, and not ever seeing these critters being you like. No one sees a critter killing anyone until like the mid movie. Like everyone rather gets killed by themselves because they're rather camping or they're just there, or someone tries to take a bath with one of them and uses them as a loofah and they get killed, or they just roll up on someone and they kill them. No one sees a critter kill anyone until they get to the main city after the sushi chef is over there slicing and dicing and everyone's getting killed. Like I don't understand. There was so much of nonsense to this whole thing, like this deserves to be a nerd nonsense. I told you, like I'm all good for like monster alien movies and whatnot. Like I told you, I'm a huge kaiju. Sorry, my nose. Like, I'm a huge like monster enthusiast and stuff like that. Like I love Gremlins, I love like Godzilla and all that. And I love these alien sci-fi movies, but it's just like I don't know what they were thinking when they made this. Are they going to be another one? Yes. At the end of it, they teased that there was going to be another one. Yes. And I just don't understand why there should be. Now, with that, I give it a 2. I seen that they gave it a 3.7. Someone was being very nice. I'll give it a solid 2. Because the deaths and killings were pretty cool to watch the kids. Whoa, watch the people get eaten, not kids. I don't think any kids died, honestly. Um, the killings were really good because they're like monsters. I feel like they could have went a little bit more in with the animation for the critters. Maybe they should have just made them 3D, like 3D models, and not just use like the standard props they use. Um, I get why they used and they made the Banana Splits animatronics because it's 2019. I mean, they're playing off the Five Nights at Freddy's thing. Obviously, that makes sense. So they should have played off of like, I don't know, just CG, I guess. They should have just made that because everything else was a bunch of nonsense. I really kept watching because the girl was hot as the main character. So that's basically my review. Hopefully you don't watch this. Hopefully that you just watch this video and you hear all this crazy stuff that I'm saying about it, and that makes good enough. I basically summed up the whole movie. The main lady, Aunt D, came in at the end and like acted like she was like the Terminator, and she just didn't do anything. She killed some aliens. I feel like she should have been a bigger role. Maybe in like put it in the main cast of people from the very beginning, and they tell because like if you really went into this movie and be like, oh, I'm watching Critters Attack because maybe they'll tell me what happens, you wouldn't know what's going on other than them coming to aliens. They should have Aunt D should have told them about the past, about the other people, the other bounty hunter, and this and that, and they're back and they're doing this. None of that happened. Like nothing. Like you would only be grateful if understand if you actually seen the other critters or heard of this movie whatsoever. Other than that, you don't know what's going on half the time. Other than what's being shown in front of you. I didn't expect this video to be that long. It's 21 minutes as of what I'm seeing, and that's too much for this movie. So I'm gonna end it there. Do I recommend this movie? No. I watched the old ones. You'll be fine. You don't need this one at all. I give it a 2, like I said. I don't recommend this. You could just watch clips on YouTube for this if you're really interested about this movie. If you're interested in this movie, I don't recommend you buying this. Just catch it on Sci-Fi or whatever. Don't buy this movie. Don't support this. At the end of this, I just wanted to know: could gremlins actually fight critters? Because I feel like the gremlins could like fucking sing them to death. Honestly, they could sing Snow White and they'll probably blow up and die. That's what I just want to see. I just want to see the gremlins. All this made me want to do is watch the gremlins fight the critters. That's basically all. So I don't know what's next for these things. There's going to be a sequel. Apparently, they left it on a cliffhanger. You know, a lot of stuff was unanswered. Obviously, they're going to go more. I hope they don't go no more. I hope they learn the lesson. I rather would watch more Banana Splits because it was actually entertaining and funny. Some of the deaths were funny. Some of them were, you know, it was playing off a vibe that's already established. Like Five Nights at Freddy's already thing. We understand Warner Brothers could almost had it, but they didn't, so they used this probably what the script was left over from it and made it into the Banana Splits. You get it. They're writing a vibe, you know. I don't know what vibe the critters are writing. I don't think they should be writing anything at all. So let me know. Let's see. I don't actually know what to go because I said what. Last the question was what childhood show would you want to see as a horror movie? Um, Manuel, who's on this channel as well, he said the Teletubbies. That's fucking wild. That's a good one. I don't know what question it is, but I hope you enjoy this movie. Oh my god, I hope you enjoyed this video. Not the movie. You won't enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Tell me, do you think Gremlins could beat Critters? I don't know how you're gonna do it. Google it. I don't know, but I feel like that this was just a huge rip-off, knockoff of Gremlins. It probably is. But I hope you enjoy it. I'm doing this while I'm sick. I'm high off NyQuil. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know why this is 20 minutes. I'll catch you all later. Bye bye.